Pools and Surfaces Distributor presents our podcast series, Podcasting with Friends, with host Gamma Garcia. Creating synergy, creating the future.
Hi, welcome to today's podcast. Today we have a special guest, Bob with Artistry and Mosaics. Thanks very much for being here today, Bob. It is a pleasure to have you here with us today.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to doing this all week, so I'm just happy to be a part of it and happy to be on your podcast.
Thank you very much. Bob, would you like to introduce your company? How long you guys been in business? Where are you guys located? Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and Artistry and Mosaics also?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Bob Hochstetter. I'm the Vice President of Sales at Artistry and Mosaics. I'm also one of the owners. I own the business with my brother Andy, who's the president of the company. And Artistry Mosaics was actually founded in Fort Pierce, Florida in 1987.
1987, so it's been a while.
Yeah, been around for a long time. So the Hochstetter family purchased the company in 1999. And back then in 99, the previous owner had a great product, a unique product, but he was only selling regionally, and he thought he grew the business about as far as he could grow it. So we saw the opportunity, and we jumped on it in 1999, and we took it from a regional player to a national player with a quality name, a trusted name, a robust distributor network across the U.S., selling not only in the U.S. but in Canada, the Caribbean, through things like yourself. It's been a lot of fun. We've worked very hard, and we're still very excited about the future. We think that there's a lot of meat on the bone still in the pool market for us to continue to grow.
Gotcha. As far as I understand, you guys have now 2 distribution centers, right?
Correct.
Florida and California? Correct,
yeah. You know, our Western customers have always loved our products, but there was a hurdle with the glass tile and the freight and the lead times coming out of Florida to California or Arizona.
Absolutely.
So we listened to them, and we put a warehouse out in Carson, California. So essentially now, no matter where you are in the country, you're anywhere from 1 to 3 days away from getting product from us.
Gotcha.
So it worked out really well.
No, absolutely. So that really facilitated, the logistics part of, shipping tile all, across the nation.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
yeah, absolutely. We've got customers that, just like Florida, we've got customers that often will pick up like yourself, and the same thing in California now too. We've got a lot of customers that want to come and pick up material right away, and we allow them to do that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Bob, that's good information. Thanks for sharing that. The next question will be, when it comes to tile options for swimming pools, where do you see the trend on tiles? Or I know you guys do a lot of glass. What is your thought about glass versus porcelain? I know there might be some personal preferences with the pool builders, with the contractors, with the homeowners. Where do you see that trend on this type of products?
Right. So with the glass tile, we've been doing this for a very long time, and blue tiles, I think, are always going to be king of the hill in this swimming pool environment.
Right.
Just the pool industry loves blue, right? The homeowners love the blue. It just works. It's pretty. But actually, the last few years, we've seen a shift in more colors that would probably be non-traditional for a pool. Like we're seeing our white tiles grow in popularity, our black tiles, and our gray tiles. And years ago, if you just said, "Hey, Bob, do you think these colors will be popular in the swimming pool industry?" I probably would have said no. But geez. The projects that I see with a white tile or a black tile, they're stunning. They're absolutely beautiful. Especially for me, the ones that I like they're using some of our black tile, and they're using a dark finish.
Right.
And these pools are, they would blow you away when you see them. I'm sure you've seen plenty of them, but it's just something different. It's sleek, it's modern, it's a really nice look. Same thing on the white tile side, where I think what a lot of homeowners are trying to do is kind of take the inside, outside. So if they've got kind of a white themed bathroom or kitchen, they want to kind of take that same theme out into the backyard.
Out in the backyard, yeah.
And the white tile just has such a clean look. And I think that's what a lot of these folks are going for. So, years ago I'd have said probably those colors aren't going to sell in the pool world because everybody wanted the blues and the aquas and the turquoises, but geez, those colors are doing fantastic.
And how did you guys come up with that, let's just call it a strategy in changing just the color patterns that everyone was using? Did you guys take the chance and start making this colors, all these different tiles, or it was based on suggestions from pool builders, customers? You want to share a little bit of?
Yeah, kind of a combination. So I travel a lot all over the country, and so I'm always trying to keep my ears open and talk to designers about, hey, what are homeowners asking for that we don't have? And so I began to hear a few years ago white, black, gray, colors of that nature. So if I hear it once, I usually kind of just discard it. But when I begin to hear it over and over, I'm like, okay, something's to that, right?
Absolutely.
So we immediately kind of jumped on that and began to develop tiles with those colors in mind. And once we introduced them to the market, they took off like crazy.
Absolutely. Bob, that's great information. I have another question for you, though. Artistry Mosaics being the leader manufacturer and the point of direction in quality of glass tiles, what are the precautions taken from the manufacturing perspective to ensure that the quality of the materials is your number one priority?
Right, and that's a great question. And quality is essentially our mantra, right? Like everything we do, we want to be based in quality. So all of our tiles go through a stringent quality control process. We're looking for shade variation, consistent texturing, consistent iridescent, proper grout spacing, proper mounting method, whether it's mesh or face film. We also will compare the tiles to a control sample in bright lighted areas inside, and then also take it outside in natural light and compare it to the same control sample to make sure that the product we're putting in the market is quality. It looks like the sample is supposed to look. If it's got our name on it, it's going to be quality. And the same goes for our mosaics as well. Every step of the manufacturing process, there's a quality control checkpoint, and if it doesn't pass, it goes back and starts over. So everything we do, whether it's a mosaic or glass tile, has a stringent quality control process. We firmly believe in quality, and it's all we're going to put in the marketplace if it has our name on it.
That is very important, Bob. That is very important. Actually, out of all the manufacturers that we work with, I've noticed as being a distributor of your products, that the quality is always there. We rarely deal with. I don't think we never dealt with any issues as far as different lots, different colors in the tile, color variations. You guys are very, very on top of your quality control. So that means a lot. I mean, to us as a distributor, to the homeowners, and that tells a lot from your company.
Well, yeah, thank you for saying that. And we really do try very hard to make sure that what we put out there is quality, because the last thing we want is for you or us to have a callback, or for a builder to have a callback because the tile doesn't look like it's supposed to look, or there's some issue with it. So nothing's going to get out our door if it's not up to our quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great information. Bob, can you give us an overview of the products that you offer?
Yeah, so we actually have what I would say two very distinct product categories. The first one is our glass tile. We've got over 120 different glass tiles, ranging from 1x1s up to 6x6s, and all kinds of colors and textures. And we also have a bullnose glass tile, which we're the creators of this. We developed that probably... Can
I see it, Bob?
Yeah, we developed that probably a good, 8 years ago or so.
Yeah.
And most of our tiles actually come with the glass bullnose option.
I was going to say that because I've noticed that some of the products that you guys have come with the bullnose, which makes it very nice and makes it very clean when they do the installation on the steps or the borders of benches inside the pool.
Yeah, it's a very clean, professional way to finish the projects. We've got a little over 120 tiles, and probably 80 or 90 of those actually have a matching bullnose option for them.
That's great. That's great stuff.
So in addition to the glass tile, we also have over 400 handcrafted mosaic designs.
Pool mosaics, yes.
Yeah, pool mosaics, and they're all handmade up in Fort Pierce. They're frost-proof. You can install them in any climate and be confident that you're not going to have any issues with it. And on top of the 400 standard items that we have in stock. We also can custom make anything in tile.
I was going to ask you that because I know you guys have done some, custom-made mosaics for us, and I mean, you guys, what is the process about, making a custom mosaic for an individual?
So it's actually we do a lot of custom work. I mean, we've done thousands and thousands over the years, and from small sizes up to 50 foot and larger. But essentially the process is this. So the client will come to us with an image.
Right.
And usually rough dimensions. And if they don't have an image to share with us, they have an idea. What we'll do is we'll engage our in-house design department to turn their idea into a reality.
That's great. That's great stuff.
Right. So once we've decided on the design with the client, the size of the client, we'll get a quote back to someone like yourself, usually within 4 hours, maybe 8 hours. And with that quote will come obviously the price and the lead time. Lead times can range. Normally what we tell people is around 4 weeks. If it's something really small and simple, could be faster. If it's really large and detailed, then it probably could take longer than that as well. But not only can we manufacture custom tile in our ceramic, but also glass tile. And we also have another process, what we call fabrication. And so what that means essentially is if, let's say the design lends itself to a 1x1 standard tile in black and white. We'll source the material in 1x1 black and white tiles, and we'll create the design using piece placement of the colored tiles, or perhaps cutting those tiles into the shape that they need to be, and then we'll either mesh mount it or face film it, whatever the client wants, and then we can send it to the job site, and it can be installed very easily, rather than an installer or a builder purchasing the tile themselves and trying to fabricate on the job site, which is a nightmare. This is a very easy option for them. Another thing that we can do for folks is we have a cut down service. So let's say that you had a pallet of 6x6 material in your warehouse and you wanted to offer that to your clients in a 2x2 or 3x3. So you ship us the pallet, we'll cut it down into 2x2s or 3x3s. We can mesh mount it or face mount it, whatever you like. Send it back to you.
On glass or any material?
This would be your porcelain material.
Porcelain, okay.
Yeah, we could cut glass too, but this is more so about the porcelain. So we could cut down that 6x6 into the size you wanted, and then you can offer a new size to your clients.
Oh, that's great stuff. That's great stuff. I was going to bring up a point, because I have many stories about when it comes to custom-made pool mosaics. I just want to share a quick story. We had a customer about 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't recall, that the contractor had called us, and you guys made a mosaic for us, and this guy that we, to make this long story short, it was this guy who wanted to have this logo of a soccer team from his country. It was kind of like his personal thing, right? And but to make this long story short, when the logo was installed in the pool, when the big mosaic was installed in the pool, I was actually at the job site. I went to see the job site, and they invited me to go see the job site, and they mounted the logo on the bottom of the pool, and all of a sudden the homeowner, he just breaks in tears.
Wow.
I think that thing in the pool, just the logo of that soccer team, it meant a lot for him. And he's like, the number one thing he said, oh, what if my dad will be alive and see this, and that really touched me, so at the end of the day, all this personalized mosaics, they mean a lot. They mean a lot, for homeowners, Yeah,
that's a cool story, and you're absolutely right that it's a way for someone to customize and personalize their pool that means something dear to them. Right? So, obviously that must have meant a lot to that gentleman that he's going to break down in tears when he saw it installed.
Absolutely, it was a very emotional moment, for everyone. It was great.
Right. A couple of things I could probably share with on the custom side too, real quick, are that our mosaics, the custom mosaics, or even our standard mosaics, or our glass tile for that matter, doesn't have to go in a pool. It obviously can go in a pool, and that's where primarily it lives, and that's the primary channel we live in.
Right.
But we do custom murals all the time for outside the pool, commercial jobs,
Restaurants, hotels. I've seen your stuff, yeah.
We've made logos for some of the biggest companies in the United States. We've made Delta a logo. We've made YouTube logos. We've done the Marriott, Hilton, Margaritaville. So you name it, we can do it. We've done lots of sports teams over the years. So yeah, I mean, if one of your clients has an idea that they want made in tile, we're the guys to call.
That's it. You guys will turn it into reality.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Bob.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Bob, my next question is, according to the National Tile Institute, there are some guidelines about installation of glass tile. In a wet environment, of course. Do you want to share with us some information regarding this matter?
Yeah, I'd love to, actually, because this is always a hot topic. So we 100% know that the swimming pool environment is a harsh environment. That's the world we've lived in since 1987.
Correct.
So every one of our products is completely suitable for the swimming pool environment, indoor, outdoor, and in a submerged application. So we actually, all of our glass tiles get tested by Tile Council of North America for freeze thaw, thermal shock, shear bond. So essentially, all of the tests that the industry says is important and glass tile needs to pass, we pass all those with flying colors. So our customers can confidently use our products and install our products in any climate, whether it's up in Canada, the hot desert in Arizona, or down here in Florida, so
Right.
or the Caribbean. So yeah, we know where our products live, and we're not going to put anything into the market that's going to have a problem. That doesn't
Right.
do anybody any good.
Right.
So yeah, we do all the testing required to make sure that our products can survive in the pool environment.
That's great stuff, and I'm sure that I'm almost 100% positive that you guys are the only manufacturer who's done that.
Yeah. Well, once again, we take it serious, and if anybody needs to see those documents, we're happy to send them along with the testing data to prove that our tile is completely fine in a submerged swimming pool environment.
And for people that don't know, that really adds a lot of value to your product.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, you probably hear it all the time. We hear stories in the industry where some homeowner goes to Home Depot and buys some tile, or some little boutique tile shop and buys some tile off the wall, and it breaks, cracks, and fails. And it's
Exactly.
Like, they call us, hey, what do you think happened? I was like, well, where'd you buy the tile? And they tell us some little boutique, and I was like, did you ask them if it's rated for a swimming pool? I'm like, oh no, didn't think about that. So homeowners, pool builders, they need to be buying tile from someone like you with our product, where it's tested, it's tried and true for the swimming pool environment. You can't just go out and buy anything, because
Exactly.
as we've talked about, it's a very harsh environment.
It is with all the, all the chemicals being used in the pool and all the abuse on a daily basis. So it is a very harsh environment. I agree with you,
Yeah,
Bob.
right.
Yeah. A lot of contractors ask us, Bob, this question. What type of thin set or setting materials does Artistry Mosaics recommend for the installation of your tiles?
Yeah. So actually, you actually distribute one of the products that we like. SGM, Southern Grouts and Mortars, has a product called Glass Tile Mortar.
Yeah, the GMT, the glass mosaic
Yeah, and
tile
I
thin
think
set.
that product probably came out a couple years ago, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
2 or
it
3 years
did.
ago.
Yeah.
And that's a great product. We hear a lot of great things about it in the marketplace.
It is.
It works well with our product. And SGM was kind enough to write a spec for us, and that spec is on our website. So any homeowner or installer that wanted to have the spec for SGM's product
Right.
can go to our website and they can download that.
Yeah, well, it's a great product, and I think we were one of the first ones that started bringing that product in, and that's the only product we got right now. I mean, we don't sell anybody else's. It's
It's worked. I mean, it's
exactly
the market likes it a lot, so it's a great product.
Yeah, and installers really like it. How it travels and the workability of the product. So, I'm happy that you say that. Bob, where do you manufacture your mosaics? And can you share a little bit about this process on your mosaics?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll try not to bore you with too many details, because it is a fairly involved process.
Right.
But so we manufacture in Fort Pierce, Florida.
Right.
And really, we're starting with a box of clay.
Right.
Now, the clay is proprietary to us. We formulated ourselves with our supplier to ensure that it's frost-proof and our mosaics can be installed in any climate. So it starts with a box of clay. It gets slab rolled out. Once it's slab rolled out, it's going to get hand cut into the design that it is, whether it's a mermaid or turtle or dolphin, whatever it is. After being cut, the product needs to dry for some time, so it'll go in our dryers. After it comes out of the dryer, it moves to a cleaning station where every single piece is going to be cleaned with, like a screen or a sponge to make sure that there's no burrs, no rough edges, everything's smooth and ready to accept our glaze.
Right.
So after cleaning, it's going to move to our paint department where we're going to glaze the product based on the design. So it'll either get airbrushed by hand, hand brushed, or sponged, or some other technique that we use to get the desired effect of the product. After it's glazed, it will then go out and get fired in our kiln room, and it'll get high fired, which high fired essentially means that it's going to be extremely durable once again, and ready for that swimming pool environment, which is harsh. After firing, it'll move into assembly. It gets assembled on a mesh, so when the installer gets the product, they're not having to put together a puzzle piece, right? So if they ordered a turtle, the turtle is going to come on a mesh backing.
Right.
Super easy for them to install. So that's. I know I went through that pretty quickly. But that really explains a lot, for individuals like myself. I have a little bit of an idea how that works, but a lot of people out there, they don't know what the process is. So yeah, and I would also encourage, if you had a customer of yours, whether it's a homeowner or builder, that wanted to come see our facility and see how we make these, let me know. We like doing tours, so we're happy to show people our process.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
And I can include myself. I want to go check it out. Yeah, I would like to be involved more in the process of production and things like that. That's great stuff. Bob, where do you see the trend of glass tiles for the swimming pool application the next couple of years? How do you see the trend, or what is your vision about the future in glass tiles?
Right, great question. And so the way I see it is that glass tiles can continue to eat market share from porcelain tile. And that's been happening for years. And there's a very simple reason in my mind, which is it's a lot more attractive, right? I mean,
absolutely, no doubt about it.
No denying when you put a piece of porcelain and a piece of glass tile side by side.
Yeah.
The glass is more beautiful. I mean, maybe not every time, but by and large, I think people are going to gravitate towards the glass. And when these homeowners are putting in a $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 plus pool, the cost of the tile is a very small percentage of that project.
Pretty relevant, yeah.
So what I tell homeowners and builders all the time is that, the tile is the beauty. It's the pop on the pool, right?
Yeah.
So don't skimp there. And for a homeowner to go from a standard porcelain tile to an upgraded glass tile like ours, maybe they're going to spend, a few $100, $500 to upgrade it. And the beauty of that is that, if you're putting a $100,000 pool in, what's under $500? It's not much, right? And that's the stuff that when you look at the finished project, that's what's going to catch your eye. That's the pop, that's the bling on the pool. And when you have family over and friends over, that's what they're going to compliment, right? Is the tile.
Absolutely.
They're not going to go say, hey, let me go look at your pumps and filters and, that equipment set.
It's part of the aesthetics of the pool.
Yeah. I mean, that stuff's important, but it's not the aesthetic appeal of the project. So
absolutely.
I always tell them don't skimp there. So I think that it's going to continue to take market share there. We're seeing a lot more in larger sizes. We're offering a lot more larger sizes in our glass tile now. And once again, these larger sizes have all been tested by the Tile Council of North America. Passes all the tests they see needs to pass. So once again, they can install the larger glass format that we have with confidence.
Yeah, and I see you guys very active as far as constantly coming up with new products, new colors, very attractive. So you guys are always on top of the game.
Yeah.
It's not only I'm sure you guys have had tiles out there that they've been selling for a couple of years, but you are always innovating and coming up with different ideas, and that's what makes Artistry Mosaics, the leader in glass mosaics in the pool industry.
Well, thanks, and I'm glad you're taking notice because we are a very artistic company. I mean, it's in our name, so we never want to be the followers and the copycatters, right? That's not our style. So we're always looking for new tiles. We have an in-house design department that's always looking for new tiles and inspiration and something to develop. So we're trying to be the ones who are setting the trends versus following the trends.
Yeah. So you basically have a full team working on new designs, new things, and
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Both on the ceramic mosaic side and the glass side, we're constantly trying to evolve and look for new products.
Yeah, I really admire that from you guys because, like I said, we deal with a lot of manufacturers, and that's a very unique talent from you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys are very creative. Your tiles are, high quality tiles, and all the contractors that buy from us, they really love your tiles. So it's
that's great to hear. Yeah, we love hearing that. Thank you.
And they also, they love your magazines here that you guys put together. So sometimes they come here and they take this to their customers. So this is great information for them as well, and they can offer all different options to them as far as hey, this is the line that we work with.
Right. Yeah, and I'll share also, and you know this, but if any of your builders need samples to share with their clients, we're happy to supply samples. If your pool builder had his own showroom, we're happy to put some tiles in there, whether it's glass or mosaics or both. We know that we've got to get our product in front of homeowners' eyeballs, and we're happy to support you in doing that.
Yeah. Now, since you talk about samples, providing samples, and I know we've gone through very difficult times with with the supply chain disruptions and raw materials that you guys might encounter. This is what I tell homeowners sometimes, and you tell me if I don't know how you guys deal with that, but when we check inventory of some of the products, they order a sample, but at the time they receive their sample, the product is not longer available.
Yeah.
Because that could be 3, 4, 5 day kind of thing. So
the way we normally operate is that all of our standard mosaics and our glass tiles are in stock, ready to go. We typically ship same day or next day. Of course, the last couple of years have been very difficult in the industry. However, we have fared very well by and large. Yes, we've had a few outages here and there, but compared to others in the tile space, I think we've done quite well. And we've worked tirelessly the last few months trying to make sure that inventory is an adequate level heading into season. So I don't think you're going to experience much in the way of back orders. And as far as samples go and getting them out to customers, if it's samples for a showroom like a whole set, it might take us a week or two to get this to you. If you called us and said, hey, I need you to send this to a client for a selection, we're going to send that the same day because we know that you're waiting for a selection, right? So we're not going to sit on that one. That was going to go, and not that we sit on our regular sample orders, but if you called me up and said, hey, I need 100 of your tiles on these cards mounted up, it's going to take us a little while to do that.
It's a couple of days for the homeowner to receive the sample.
Normally in a couple of days they're going to receive.
What I encourage, when they call us and they request samples, what I encourage the homeowners is, or even the contractors when they request for samples, as soon as you receive it, let us know.
Yeah.
And if it's a go, we'll get it going for you. Because sometimes they take a couple of weeks and then they call back and I really want to go with, with this tile that you sent us the sample for. And
and I would encourage any builders or homeowners in the area that are watching this to come visit you because you have an absolutely beautiful showroom with all of our products displayed in here. So, you get a homeowner builder in here, there's a lot of nice options for them. I'm sure they can find something they like in our product line.
Yeah, absolutely. We cater, we really take care of that, that situation with the contractors. It gets to the point where the contractors, they send their customers to that showroom just to pick the tile.
Yeah.
And we cater that, that customer base. When they come here, we offer them coffee, we offer them, drinks, and they feel very comfortable. We make them feel at home. So
absolutely.
That's the whole purpose of.
It's very warm and inviting here.
And contractors really appreciate that. Because that also facilitates, all the stuff that they're dealing with out there on the field on a daily basis. So no, that's great info. Bob, would you like to add something before we start wrapping up for today's podcast?
No, I just, I want to thank you for your support over the years. You've been a long-time distributor. We appreciate what you do for us, and I'm really happy that you have me down here to talk about the product, and I look forward to doing it again sometime.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward for the next episode. Maybe we can just come up with a more technical, topic, and I'm sure people would appreciate that.
That sounds good.
And I really appreciate that you came out here.
No problem.
Thanks for the support. Thanks to Jason for the support. All your team in your office, they're all phenomenal. Please thank everyone for the support we've been getting.
Will do. Thank you very much.
You guys are a great company to work with. Very, we feel very comfortable working with you guys.
Okay.
No, there's no, hiccups here and there. So it's a great relationship that we have with Artistry and Mosaics.
The feeling is mutual. Thank you very much.
And we appreciate it again. Bob, I'm looking forward for the next one and looking forward to continue working with you and your company. Thanks again for your time. And, we'll see you in the next one.
Great.
Thank you.
Reach out, touch faith.